नमस्कार दोस्तों, मैं कम्युनिकेशन पढ़ा रही हूँ। कम्युनिकेशन में आज पढ़ाऊँगी प्रोपेगेशन ऑफ वेव्स। बट बिफोर दैट, जो मैंने आपको लास्ट क्लास में कुछ चीज़ें बताई थी, उसको थोड़ा सा यहीं कवर अप करते हैं। इसमें थोड़ा सा रहता था आपका रेडियो फ्रीक्वेंसी स्पेक्ट्रम। RF स्टैंड्स फॉर रेडियो फ्रीक्वेंसी एंड द स्पेक्ट्रम इट इज़ ओके। नाउ what is the radio frequency spectrum? The range of frequencies in which the radio signals lie. Okay. Now first देखिए, जैसे मैं बात करती हूँ EL, extremely low frequency, SLF, then comes ultra low frequency, then very low frequency. LF stands for low frequency, extremely low frequency, super low frequency, ultra low frequency, very low frequency. Okay. And then also it is LF, low frequency. Okay. Then comes MF, medium frequency, HF, high frequency, then VHF, very high frequency, and then UHF, it is again ultra high frequency, and then SHF means super high frequency. Okay, now let's continue with the remaining topics. Like EL, what is the range of extremely low frequency? It is around 3 to 30 hertz. Okay, super low frequency is around 30 to 300 hertz. Now ULF, it is around 300 hertz to 3 kilohertz. Please do remember this. Okay, and VLF is again very low frequencies, 3 to 30 kilohertz. Okay, low frequencies around 30 to 300 kilohertz. Okay, and see, medium frequencies how much? It is around 300 kilohertz to 3 megahertz. Okay, then high frequency, it is 3 megahertz to 30 megahertz. Okay, then very high frequency, it is 30 megahertz to 300 megahertz. Please note it down that medium frequencies from 300 kilohertz to 3 megahertz. Okay, so VHF is 30 to 300 megahertz, and then it is UHF, ultra high frequency, is 300 megahertz to 3 gigahertz. Okay, and then super high frequency is 3 to 30 gigahertz. Okay, super high frequency. Now let us just break. Look, see, the frequency from extremely low frequency to around medium frequency. Okay, like this way. These low frequencies till here, it is used for submarines. Okay, and this is ground wave propagation. Ground wave propagation, I can write it as GWP. Now LF and MF. MF frequency 300 kilohertz to 3 megahertz, it is related to AM, amplitude modulated, amplitude modulation. 30 kilohertz to 300 kilohertz, it is related to radio beacons. We will read it further, radio beacons. Okay, now HF, high frequency, is used for sky wave propagation. Please remember, sky wave propagation में we always use high frequency ranges. VHF is used for FM and TV. FM and TV. And then UHF and SHF, we can say VHF, UHF and SHF, all three are used for space wave propagation. Space wave propagation. Okay, so note it down kindly. Now I am continuing with the topic propagation of waves. Okay, very important topic, need to remember this. Okay, now see what happens in an earth environment. Electromagnetic waves propagate in, what are electromagnetic waves? You know, these are radio waves in which E and H field vectors are perpendicular to each other. EM waves are what? In which E and H field vectors are perpendicular to each other. This is the sign of perpendicular. Okay, perpendicular to each other. Okay, so electromagnetic waves propagate in ways that depend not only on their own properties but also on those of environment itself. You know, the earth has its own atmosphere. If this is an earth, it has its atmosphere, and the EM waves which just propagate in this atmosphere, they don't have, they not only depend on its own properties, but they also depend on the properties of the environment itself. Now, frequency ranges of wave propagations. If I tell you about frequency ranges of WP. WP stands for wave propagation. Frequency ranges of wave propagations are ground wave propagation, okay, and it is around less than 2 megahertz, okay. Sky wave, it is also known as ionospheric propagation. Ionospheric propagation, ionospheric wave propagation, its frequency range is 2 megahertz less than f less than 30 megahertz. Please do remember this. The third one is space wave propagation. This I have already told you, which is also known as line of sight propagation, and its frequency range is greater than 30 megahertz, okay. Please do remember. See, first is ground wave propagation, whose frequency range is less than 2 megahertz. Okay. Second one is your ionospheric wave propagation, whose frequency range is less than 30 megahertz. And third one is space wave propagation or LOS propagation, whose frequency range is greater than 30 megahertz. This is already always asked. Whether it is any of competitive exams, what are the frequency ranges, okay. Now first we discuss ground wave propagation. Few points. Ground wave propagation, see, these waves propagate along the surface of earth, along the surface of earth, okay. Ground waves are vertically polarized. VP stands for vertically polarized. That means standing, you can say these are like standing vectors, okay. These are vertically polarized in order to prevent the short circuiting of electric component. To prevent, SC means short circuiting of electric component, these are also called surface waves. And ground waves are used up to medium frequency range. These are used up to medium frequency range, okay. For example, what is the example of ground wave propagation? AM, amplitude modulation, is an example of ground wave propagation, okay. Now the question really comes like field strength. See, field strength at a distance for ground wave, at a distance for ground wave propagation. Field strength is what? The electric field vectors, okay, the magnitude of the intensity of the electric field. The field strength in volts per meter is given as by taking into account the gain of transmitting antenna. You know this is E, this is equal to V by D. Its unit is what? Volts per meter. So electric field vector is voltage per unit distance, okay. Now this E is equal to 120 pi HT I, okay, upon lambda D. This is the formula. This is the formula for field strength at a distance for ground wave, and it is taken into account the gain of transmitting antenna. Now as you can see, if the D is increased, then E is going to reduce, because E is inversely proportional to the distance. And if height of the transmitting antenna is increased, then E will be increased, okay. Now if a receiving antenna is also placed, okay, if a receiving antenna is placed at this point, the received signal will be, for receiving antenna, received signal will be in volts. You know V is equal to what? This V is equal to E dot T, getting? So this V is equal to 120 pi HT HR I, this is antenna current, you can also write it as antenna current, upon lambda D. See, 120 pi is what? Eta naught. It is the characteristic impedance of free space. You all know that, characteristic impedance of free space, okay. Now when the receiving antenna is also used, if this one is transmitting antenna and this one is the receiver antenna, okay, so the signal has to move from this transmitter antenna to free space, and the receiver should be tuned into that frequency range or whatever it is, whatever the condition is given. So V is equal to 120 pi. The height of receiver antenna will also be taken into account. Okay, so HT is the height of the transmitting antenna, HR is the height of receiving antenna, I is the antenna current, D is the distance from transmitting antenna, distance from transmitting antenna. Okay, and lambda is the wavelength. So this is the formula. Please note down this, because sometimes the numericals come which we don't know what are the formulas for that. Okay, so just make it uh, in your notebook, highlight it. If the distance between the two antennas is fairly long, if I can say distance between two antennas, okay, it is too large, the reduction of field strength or E due to ground, we can say that the reduction of field strength, okay, due to ground and atmospheric absorption, due to ground and atmospheric absorption reduces the value of voltage received, reduces the value of voltage received. See, as you go on increasing the distance between the two antennas, so what will happen if it is going to be increased, as the D is in its what, D is in denominator, if it is increased, okay, then what will happen, the reduction of E due to ground, the E will be drastically reduced because of the ground and atmospheric absorption reduction, because it is going to reduce the value of V received also. See, जैसे आप डी इंक्रीज करोगे तो ई रिड्यूस होगा, ठीक है, और क्यों होगा, क्योंकि ग्राउंड और एटमॉस्फेरिक के एब्जॉर्प्शन की वजह से जो वी रिसीव्ड है वो भी तो रिड्यूस होगा ना, क्योंकि ई इज इक्वल टू वी बाई डी है, ये रिड्यूस होगा तो ये बढ़ेगा। लेकिन अगर ये रिड्यूस हो रहा है, हमें देखो ये रिड्यूस हो रहा है तो ई बढ़ेगा, लेकिन E इज इक्वल टू वी बाई डी से अगर ये बहुत ज़्यादा बढ़ेगा तो ये भी तो घटेगा, जब ये घटेगा तो क्योंकि जो V है वो भी घट रहा है, ठीक है। नाउ एट लो फ्रीक्वेंसीज व्हाट हैपेंस, द एब्जॉर्प्शन इज लेस ड्यू टू ग्राउंड, सो एब्जॉर्प्शन द वे the atmosphere is going to absorb, so at low frequencies what happens, that absorption is less due to ground, ग्राउंड की वजह से एब्जॉर्प्शन बहुत कम हो जाता है। सो वेव प्रोपेगेशन कैन टेक प्लेस फॉर अ लार्ज डिस्टेंस, सो वेव प्रोपेगेशन कैन टेक प्लेस फॉर अ लार्ज डिस्टेंस। तो आज मैंने ये ग्राउंड वेव प्रोपेगेशन बताया है। अब थोड़ा सा मैं आपको स्काई वेव बता देती हूँ, फिर हम नेक्स्ट क्लास में डिस्कस करेंगे क्योंकि वीडियो लंबी हो जाएगी। पहले आप इतना समझ लीजिए अच्छे से। अब है आपका स्काई वेव प्रोपेगेशन, जिसको हम आयोनोस्फेरिक प्रोपेगेशन भी बोलते हैं। सी, आयोनाइजेशन जो होता है ऑफ द अपर पार्ट ऑफ अर्थ एटमॉस्फेयर, इट प्लेज इंपॉर्टेंट पार्ट इन द प्रोपेगेशन ऑफ रेडियो वेव्स, पर्टिकुलरली एट हाई फ्रीक्वेंसीज। स्काई वेव का प्रोपेगेशन मैंने आपको क्या बताया था, स्काई वेव का प्रोपेगेशन था, इट वाज अराउंड 2 to 30 मेगाहर्ट्ज, 2 to 30 megahertz. Now there are several layers of ionization. What happens ki there are many layers of ionization, okay, which under certain condition reflects back to earth, which reflects back to earth these high frequency waves, these high frequency waves that would otherwise escaped into space। क्या होता है कि क्योंकि several layers of ionization है, ये हम पढ़ेंगे आगे, जो कि अर्थ में वो हाई फ्रीक्वेंसी वेव्स को रिफ्लेक्ट बैक कर देता है, अदरवाइज वो क्या होगा, इट विल बी स्केप्ड इनटू स्पेस, वो स्पेस में चला जाएगा। तो आयनोस्फेयर क्या होता है, इट इज दैट अपर पोर्शन ऑफ द एटमॉस्फेयर विच एब्जॉर्ब्स लार्ज क्वांटिटीज ऑफ रेडिएंट एनर्जी। ये जो आयनोस्फेयर है, इट इज द अपर पोर्शन ऑफ एटमॉस्फेयर दैट एब्जॉर्ब्स large quantities of radiant energy from the sun, क्योंकि सन ही तो मेन सोर्स है हीट एंड एनर्जी का, हीट एंड लाइट मिलती है ना हमें उससे। तो इट एब्जॉर्ब्स हाई क्वांटिटी ऑफ रेडिएंट एनर्जी फ्रॉम द सन, फ्रॉम सन, becoming heated and ionized, becoming heated and ionized। तो यहाँ पे मैंने आपको बताया था कि लेयर्स, मैंने कई इसका वीडियो भी बनाया है कि इसमें कौन कौन सी लेयर होती हैं। डी, ई और F1 F2 होती है ना, DEES F1 F2। ठीक है, तो रिफ्लेक्शन जो होता है कहाँ से होता है, ये आयोनाइजेशन लेयर्स से होता है। क्यों होता है? ड्यू टू बेंडिंग ऑफ वेव्स व्हेन इट ट्रेवल्स थ्रू डिफरेंट लेयर्स। ओके, तो मैं यहाँ पे इसका अभी एक डायग्राम बना देती हूँ। जैसे मान लीजिए ये है आपका, तो यहाँ पे क्या है, ये आपकी आयोनाइज लेयर्स हैं, वन, ठीक है, ये आपकी आयोनाइज्ड लेयर्स हैं। जैसे ये जो है आपका, ओके, सी दिस इज द आयोनाइज्ड लेयर। दिस इज प्रोजेक्टेड पाथ है, ये भी हम डिस्कस करेंगे। प्रोजेक्टेड पाथ है। एंड यहाँ पे क्या है कि ये जो है, जब वेव ऐसे जाएगी तो यहाँ पे जाना तो यहाँ तक चाहिए। एक मिनट, 1 मिनट, यहाँ पे इसको थोड़ा सा मुझे कलर चेंज करना पड़ेगा। आई थिंक इट वुड बी ग्रीन इन कलर। तो ये जो होगा, ये ऐसे मान लीजिए, ये ऐसे हो गया। तो यहाँ पे इसकी बेंडिंग हो रही है, इस पाथ पे इसकी बेंडिंग हो रही है। इसको हम नेक्स्ट क्लास में डिस्कस करेंगे। एंड दिस इज आवर एक्चुअल हाइट। ये क्या होगा, हमारी एक्चुअल हाइट है। ठीक है, दिस इज द एक्चुअल पाथ एंड दिस इज वर्चुअल हाइट। इसको हम नेक्स्ट क्लास में डिस्कस करेंगे। ठीक है, तो दिस फिगर शोज कि जैसी वेव रिफ्रैक्ट होती है, एज द वेव इज रिफ्रैक्टेड, as wave is refracted, that means it is bent down gradually, as the wave is refracted, that is bent down gradually rather than sharply, जो slowly bend करेगी ये। however below ionized layer, जैसे ये जो आपकी ionized layer है, इसके नीचे जो होगा, incident and refracted rays follow path that are exactly the same। जो incident and जो आपकी रिफ्रैक्टेड रेज हैं, फॉलो पाथ that are exactly same as they would have been if reflection had been taken place from a surface located at greater height called virtual height। ये हम नेक्स्ट क्लास में डिस्कस करेंगे वर्चुअल हाइट के बारे में। यहाँ पे बस मेरा मकसद यही था कि भी आपको बताना था कि स्काई वेव प्रोपेगेशन की फ्रीक्वेंसी 30 मेगाहर्ट्ज तक होती है। सेवरल लेयर्स होती हैं which is responsible for reflecting the high frequency waves back to the other earth। Ionosphere is that upper part of the earth's atmosphere which has the power or tendency to absorb the high amount of the radiant energy from sun which is becoming heated and ionized। DEES F1 F2 layers होती हैं। ठीक है, तो ये जैसी वेव रिफ्रैक्ट होती है, दैट इज बेंड डाउन ग्रेजुअली रादर देन शार्पली। तो क्या होगा, बिलो आयोनाइज्ड लेयर जो होंगी, जो आयोनाइज्ड लेयर के नीचे जो रेज होंगी, इंसिडेंट एंड रिफ्रैक्टेड रेज, दे विल फॉलो द सेम पाथ एज दे वुड हैव बीन अगर रिफ्लेक्शन उस सरफेस से हो रहा हो विच इज लोकेटेड एट ग्रेटर हाइट और वर्चुअल हाइट। इसको हम और डिस्कस करेंगे। टिल देन आप इसको लाइक शेयर एंड सब्सक्राइब करना मत भूलिएगा। ओके, थैंक यू।